everyone. Welcome, welcome. On behalf of Ops for Vet and Southwest Veterans Business Resource Center, my name is Jennifer Larinas, co-owner of California 5-Star Coffee, and I'm also a financial licensed professional in the state of California, New Mexico, Georgia, and Virginia, to name a few. We are also located in Oakland, and I will be your host for today, as well as we have a special guest for the second part, Mr. Wayne Gross. Again, welcome and thank you for having skin in the game. I am a fellow veteran, a DVBE with 21 years of military service, just like you, okay? When I met Mr. Albert Renteria years ago, I didn't know I will end up hosting all these classes. But I believe in his vision. I believe in his mission, his passion to help all our veterans, especially business veteran owners, and the mission to one day eradicate homelessness within our community, our fellow veterans, the one who is just like us, who once served and some were forgotten. I believe in Ops for Vet, handshake, not handouts. Through this platform, through Zoom classes, and we also have the new platform called Microsoft Team that we use with the VA. We can help out every veteran business owners to get certified to do business with the government, state and federal at no cost to you. So share the wealth, share the information with your friends, okay? If you've already established your business with Ops or using the platform, use the Ops for Vet Southwest Business Resource Center. Advertise your business. Make the government look for you. Make the procurement officers search you. Make everyone be aware of your business. Drop your email on the chat line or text me at 916-945-0215. Again, my number is 916-945-0215 so I can send you information, or I'll also type it in the chat line. Also, please subscribe to Ops for Vet YouTube channel so you can view all our past classes and future classes. Without further ado, our guest speaker today with our topic for today is You're Certified Now What, is Mr. Wayne Gross. Now, most of you probably already know him, but a little bit about him. Mr. Gross has 45 years of customer service skill, starting from his early days as U.S. Air Force captain. Wayne currently serves as a customer liaison and small business DVBE advocate for the state of California Department of General Services Procurement Division, Certification and Outreach Branch. In this role, he educates the business community and ensures that small business and disabled veteran business enterprise businesses can access their share of state contracts. Remember, guys, 25% goes to small businesses. 3% goes to DBE. So get certified if you're not certified. Get registered if you're not registered. Without further ado, Mr. Wayne, take it away.
Thank you. Come on. There we go. Again, my name is Wayne Gross. I'm a business outreach liaison with the Department of General Services. There's my email address, wayne.gross@dgs.ca.gov, and my phone number, 916-230-4417. I am your atypical state worker. What I mean by that is I work normally 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. However, when you have a question, it's not going to be during my work hours. It's going to be on a Monday night where you're sitting there watching Dancing with the Stars or whatever, and that question comes up. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. You have my email, you've got my phone number, call me. You may actually get me to pick up my phone. So, I'm here 24/7, 7 days a week. So On today's presentation, we're going to be talking about our California State Contracts Register, the CSCR. This is where all our current formal solicitations are housed. We're going to be talking about updating and improving your profile. You have 2 accounts, and most people don't even know that. So you'll get a little more information on that. We'll then talk about the state contract and procurement register system called Skippers. This is a database of our old completed contracts all the way back through December 11th, 2015. We're going to be talking about the Small Business Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise, or DVBE advocates. We're going to talk about our reciprocity partners, those agencies throughout the state that honor our small business and or DVBE certification. We're going to be talking about the California Multiple Award Schedule, or CMAS. If you've heard the federal version, it's called the GSA. I'm going to show you a shortcut and make your life so much easier. We have a new thing. It's called the Statewide Procurement Data Dashboards, and it'll give you some good information of how the state buys. We'll talk about commercial useful function, or CUF, what that means and what you try and avoid. And finally, resources. So we've got a whole bunch of information. So get out that piece of paper and pencil and let's start going. The first thing is to find our competitive solicitations. We go to our homepage, www.caleprocure.ca.gov. And you want to make sure that you make it a favorites. That way you never have to type in that anymore. You just go to favorites and click. On the top, it has quick links. And the first one says Find Bid Opportunities, CSCR. And there are 3 ways that you can do a search. The first is event name. That's a keyword, okay? You're looking for painters. So you type the word painter. Event ID. If you happen to know what the solicitation number is, you can put it in there. And finally, department. And you'll notice that to the right of department are 3 lines. And when you click it, you get this list. And unfortunately, the list is numeric. It is not alphabetical. And so you just have to go down and find the agency that you're looking for. Just remember, Caltrans will not appear because it is officially the Department of Transportation. CalVet will not appear because it's the Department of Veterans Affairs, just to let you a little insight. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the event ID and then hit search. Now, before we do that, please make sure that you are logged in to your account, because there's items that don't show up unless you are. And this is the event ID, and you're going to click on it. And here it is opened up. You'll notice that it has the, in the details section, it gives you the event end date and time. Every solicitation, be it federal, state, local, will have a start date and time when the solicitation has ended. And then it gives you a little description. And just want to give you some information that if for some reason you wanted to bid on this, but you couldn't get the your quote in, and so you contact the administrator. The administrator says, "Yeah, Wayne, no problem. Here's my fax number." So this thing ends at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So at 5 till 2, I start my fax, and it ends at 2 minutes after. Now, is that a good quote? You ask yourself. I'm going to answer it for you. Nope, it's not, because it is the end time, the completed time. So kind of put that in your memory banks that if you start a fax, do it way before the cutoff time. So on the top right, it has the view event package. Then you can post vendor ads. You can view the ads. And then you have contact information. And I'm very surprised that Mr. Fisher has actually given you his phone number. And usually, I would say 95% of the administrators will not give you their phone number. And they do it for your protection. You will always have an email address that you can send your questions to. And if there is a protest, you want to protest this, you've sent Mr. Fisher a situation and he agrees with you, but he doesn't change it. And it goes on and, you know, Mr. Smith gets awarded the contract and you protest it. And the judge says, why are we here? And you say, well, we're protesting this. And the judge says, do you have proof? And then you go, oh, Mr. Fisher's email that he sent me at such and such a date and time. And you have the proof and he didn't do what he said he was going to do. And you tell Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, but you did not, we have to take that award away from you. And it will have to be rebid with whatever the problem was. So just kind of remember that everything that you do should be done by email so that there is a paper trail. A phone number won't hack it. And the last thing on this page is a pre-bid conference. And Caltrans is excellent for having mandatory pre-bid conferences. And why do I bring that to your attention as a small business and or DVBE? Well, the way that the mandatory pre-bid conferences go is that if you're a prime and you don't go, you don't sign in, okay, you cannot bid on it. So they always send a rep. And so after the Caltrans presentation, they tell all the primes to go to their respective tables. And then this is where you as a sub can go and meet with the primes and tell them, hey, you know, this is what I can do for you. Here's my capability statement, whatever that is. That's a resume, which we'll talk about a little bit here. And then you have, you know, it's about not, it's who you know, okay? And so by giving them your capability statement, they have a piece of paper reminding them of what you can do. So this is there's 12 attachments to this contract. And so you would literally open up each one, read it, obviously, and in the solicitation, they're going to ask you to return documents. Please make sure that you sign all the documents. If there is one signature that you've omitted, the quote is useless, okay? They want you to follow the instructions. This is the place an ad slide, and back in the 70s they had an expression. It was called KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and that is our mantra. We tried to make this as simple as possible. And as you can see, you have to fill in all the red asterisk items, your name, your email, your phone number. You want to give it a call, a title, and the response date will always be the end date of when it's due. And then you put in a description. You are given 2,000 characters. I repeat, characters, not words, but characters. Once you start typing, it literally shows you a window that goes 1999, 98, 97. so you can't shortchange yourself at the end. And you'll notice that I always start with my supplier ID number, that certification number. And you want to put it in. You always want to lead with that, because if I'm a prime, I'm going to pull up your profile. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see if you're current on your certification. Because if you're not current, I'm not going to use you, because I have a mandatory small business requirement, or a DVBE requirement, that, you know, if you're not current, you don't count. The last thing on this solicitation are the UNSPSC codes, the 8-digit code in this case of why this solicitation came to you. And if you have contract license information, it may be there, and the service area, that may also be there. So Jennifer, are there any questions?
No.
Okay. Just as a reminder, if you do have questions, put them in the chat. Put them in the chat, and throughout my presentation, I break it up with Q&A sessions, so that if you do have a question, you know, we'll stop and answer it. So, updating and improving your profile. Every state department must meet participation goals. State buyers can bypass posting solicitations by contacting small businesses or DVBEs directly. And to achieve this, buyers contact businesses through existing relationships and searching for businesses with keywords and/or UNSPSC codes. UNSPSC stands for United Nations Specialty Products Specialty Codes. So, what makes a good keyword? Okay, you want the overview of what your business offers. Okay, include synonyms and related words. Trucking is part of transportation and hauling. And so you want what you want to do is you want to find every synonym of your competition. And I'm going to show you how to, quote unquote, professionally plagiarize. This is public access, so there's no such thing as plagiarism. I call it leveling the playing field. You are only as good as your competition. So steal their words. I'm going to show you how to do that. The UNSPSC codes, okay, it classifies products and services, and, you know, it shows, you know, what you can provide. And the UNSPSC code is an 8-digit code. There are 4 levels. The highest level, level 1, is the first 2 digits. The second level is the next 2 digits, so the first 4. The third level is the 6 digits, and the easiest way to remember that is on level 3, it ends in 00, okay? And then the 4th level is the 8-digit specific codes. And on your profile, you're going to want what we call the 3rd level, or parent code level, okay? Because it will include the levels 3 and 4. So to update, okay, on the top right, we're going to go to caliprocure.ca.gov, and we're going to log in. And we put in our user ID and password and log in. And you'll notice at the very bottom, it says, I forgot my password. So, you know, in this day and age, I don't know about you, but I must have 10 or 15 different passwords. So if you forget it, just they'll ask you for your email address, and then they'll send you a temporary one. And then you'll get into your account, and then it will allow you to update your password to whatever you want it to be. So Once you're logged in, on the top right, you have your user ID, and then there's a little drop down. And when you click the drop down, you have these options, and you want the third one, manage notifications. Okay. And then you're going to view your public certification profile. And here's this is your profile. You're going to scroll down to view keywords. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste your keywords into a Word document. You're going to minimize your Word document. You're going to click Return to Certification Profile. And then you're going to view your certifications. And you're going to copy and paste your UNSPSC codes and their descriptions into that same Word document. You're going to minimize the Word document, and then you're going to go up onto the top of the page. The quick links, you're going to find certified firms. On the right side, you're going to put in your first keyword off of your profile and hit search. You're going to get a whole bunch of examples. And I believe on this one, it says 518, something like that. So you're going to download the Excel spreadsheet. And it's going to be this giant Excel spreadsheet. You're going to go over to column V, which is the keywords. You're going to highlight the column, and you're going to copy and paste. And when you paste, you want to use the clipboard with the A on it into your Word document. And then you're going to go back to find certified firms under quick links, go to keywords, put in your next keyword and hit search. Here again, you found how many, in this case 87, you're going to download it. You're going to go to column V, highlight the column, and paste it into your Word document. The purpose of this keyword search is to get as many words from your competitors to level the playing field. There is no limit to the number of keywords that you can have in your profile. Just a real quick sidebar, which we'll talk about again once we get into your California profile, but we don't want a paragraph. We want a giant list of keywords. One word per line. We want the singular, not the plural. And if you've said it once, that's all you have to say it, okay? So the whole point is to get as many words as possible. Once you've gone through your keywords, that you go over to your Word document, go through and look at everyone's keywords that you have. Let's say you've got 40 or 50 pages, depending on what you're trying to sell, and then make a list of words that you haven't done a search for that your competitors have, right? And so then maybe that 40 or 50 pages turns out to be 70 or 80 with all the other people's keywords. Once you do that, you print it out, double-sided, save a forest, okay? And then we're going to go up to the login register again. We're going to log in if you haven't. You put in your user ID. And this time we're going to manage notifications. So on the left, you're going to say, yes, you want to receive subcontracting notifications. You want to add an email. Under that, you want to receive notifications from our state contracts register, the CSCR, as well as an email, okay? And then on the right side are your service areas. Why they call them service areas is beyond me. Those are the counties, the 58 counties. And you always want to check for services statewide, okay? In this part of the search, you want every opportunity. I don't care if you are in Riverside County, you will only do work in Riverside, okay? You want to know what's going on in the rest of the state because there may be something down, let's say in San Diego County that pops up and you go, hey, yeah, I could do that, okay? Or you're only a company with 5 employees. And so then, 2 years from now, you're up to 15 and you go, hey, maybe I do want to expand into San Diego or Imperial or LA County, whatever, okay? These show you these opportunities. If you don't like it, that's why God created the delete button. It's that simple. So here's checking for statewide. And then on the left side, as you scroll down, you either can put in a UNSPSC code or the description. I'm going to put in concrete, okay? And then I'm going to hit search. And then I get a list of different codes. Now, on this, I want to find the parent code, okay? And you see here, it's got, it ends in 00. I click add selected, okay? And then it is added on the right side to my notifications, okay? Now, I'm going back and you see here, there's a section here of 614, 623, and 625, okay? I can do all those, okay? But those are the subset. Those are the 8-digit specific. So what I end up doing is putting in 22101-600 under the UNSPSC code, okay? Hit search, and there is the parent code, and I add it. And you see, I now have all the parent codes. And then the first one, the 807, I would go back in and put in 811-41800, hit search, pull up the parent code, add it, and then come back and delete the 807, okay? Because here you want just the parent codes, just like this that shows. And then, of course, you want to save everything that you do. Okay, now you're going to put in every keyword that you've got. You've got your UNSPSC codes that you've copied from your profile at the beginning, and you want to put in the parent codes and make sure that you add only the parent codes. Now we go back to the home page, and on the right we click the little white triangle, and we want My Work Center. And we're going to manage certifications. And on the top right under applications, the second box says amend options. And we're going to click amend application. And what happens is this takes you to the online application that you filled out. And there are 7 headings, and it always defaults to the first page registration. What you have to do is you have to scroll down and hit save and continue 5 times. Scroll down, hit save and continue. Scroll down, save and continue. Scroll down, save and continue. Scroll down, save and continue. Then you get to this page and you always say yes. This is your GARs, your gross annual receipts. The information that you put on your application should be fine. And then you get to other. And you will notice on the service areas, you don't, here is where either, if you've already said statewide, click no. If you are just doing specific areas, you go to the next level and add new service areas. On the right side is where you update your keywords. The way I would do it is there's a plus sign, and you under livestock, the last one, I'd hit plus sign and an open field comes up. What I would do, I would put light bulb and add it. Then I'd go back to light bulbs, plural, and delete it. Okay, here again, we want this giant list. One word, okay? We want the singular and not the plural. And we don't repeat words. You only have to say it once. Then under the UNSPSC codes, you don't want to transfer that over, but you do want to click add UNSPSC, okay? And so you can either put in the description, okay, and look up, and there it is, right? And you click on it and add it and save. Then you go back and it's saved there. All of these codes under your California profile are parent codes. And so you have the parent code as well as the classification. So the one thing I forgot to mention, that when you're on the notifications page, every word that you put in and do a search, you may or may not come up with a parent code, but it's a word that describes what you do. And if it's not in your California profile, you want to circle it to make sure that you add it when you get to the California profile. The other thing is the UNSPSC codes. Once you have put in all the parent codes, then you copy and paste the codes and the description into a Word document and print it. And then you transfer all the parent codes over to the UNSPSC section. And then you save and exit. Jennifer, are there any questions on this part?
Yes. So
okay.
The first question is there a relationship between, well, I would say NAICS, NAICS and UNSPS codes?
Yes, I hate to use the F word, and everyone knows the F word, right? Federal. NAICS codes are federal codes. The UNSPSC codes are state codes. Okay. And so if you, and we'll talk about this when we talk about reciprocity partners, but not all agencies in the state of California use the UNSPSC codes. They use the NAICS codes. And so if that is the case, you're on your capability statement, you're going to have both the UNSPSC codes and the corresponding NAICS codes. And we'll be showing an example of that here pretty quick. So, if you want to know where if you are a manufacturer, then there is a place on the application to put in NAICS codes. But majority of the people are not manufacturers, so the system won't let you do it.
Are they interchangeable for searching?
What? No. Well, yeah. I was saying if you happen to be a manufacturer, there's a section on the search engine that you can either put in a UNSPSC code or a NAICS code.
Will you be showing an example for that, or?
Of course not.
Oh.
That would be
Yes,
too simple.
Dan. He will be showing an example in about few.
Basically, all you would do is when you click the quick links, click find a small business on the right side. We used the fifth line, which was keywords. Above it are the UNSPSC and the NAICS codes search options. Okay.
Thank you. That was it.
Anything else?
That was it for right now.
Okay. So now, where to do research, okay? Where do you do it? You look at the old contracts that are signed, sealed, and delivered. So we go back to quick links. We click the fourth one, which is find past purchases, skippers. So we click on that. And this is the search engine. And you can do it either two ways, either by description, okay? Or you can do an advanced search criteria, which brings up the UNSPSC codes. And so you can put in a code, okay? Or you can put in a description, either one. And I like to go all the way back to December 11th, 2015. That way it picks up every contract that I'm looking for, okay? That have been, are completed. So you'd hit search and you will not, I repeat, you will not get a response this quick, okay? Because it's going all the way back to 2015, it's going to take time. And so this is where I tell people, go get yourself a cup of coffee, go to the bathroom, let your dog out in the backyard. And by that time, you're all done with all that. Hopefully the Excel spreadsheet's open for you. But this has great information. The first thing is on the far left is the department name. These are the agencies that are responsible for that contract. The next one is purchase document. You would use that if you were contacting someone that you wanted to get the original solicitation. You would say, well, here's the purchase document. The fourth heading is the first item on the contract. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad with what you're looking for. As you go across the headings, if you are a certified small business or DVBE, it's going to give you the your supplier ID, your name, and then on the far right, it shows you the buyer's name and their email. Now, I'm giving you some privileged information here. Number one, they don't want you to contact the buyer. They want you to contact the advocate for the that agency. I want to use Michelle Ramos Brown. You'll see her email is at cdcr.ca.gov. CDCR is the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, our prisons. And so if you wanted to talk to Michelle, I would, and I'll show you where the advocate list is, which is the next section, but you would send an email to Michelle, but do a CC to the advocate. In this case happens to be, yeah, I can see her. Anyway, you want to, Nina Martinez, you'd want to CC Nina at the same time, okay? Because Michelle knows about this specific contract. Nina knows about all of the contracts, and she may have information that Michelle doesn't have. So, plus it's showing respect for Nina that you shouldn't be talking to the buyers, okay? I like to show this page. This is the unspsc.org. And here is where if you're trying, you can't figure out a code, put in the code name, a description, and then you get a huge list of different, things. And you go down here and you go, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Find, the specific code or the parent code. So any questions on this section?
Not at this time, Mr. Wayne.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to talk about the small business DVBE advocates. Any state agency that procures $100,000 or more must have an advocate. These are the gatekeepers to the different agencies. They are your new best friends. Okay. And some departments have multiple advocates. Caltrans has 12 districts and headquarters. Each district is, I like to say, owned and operated singularly, okay? District 3 can't tell District 7 how to build an overpass, okay? So, and with CDCR, you've got 34 prisons. Nina Martinez is in charge of all of them, okay? But in our advocate list, it lists Nina, but it also lists all 34 advocates. And this is privileged information because all those advocates are also buyers. So that can help you. Talk to Nina first. The CSU system, they have all the different state universities, and each university is just like Caltrans, independent of each other as far as buying is concerned. So you'd want to talk to each one individually. So they can assist you in, what does the department buy, advocating your business by sending them your capability statement, which we'll talk here, and they'll be telling you of upcoming procurements as well as events. Once we get back to our normal protocols, hopefully we'll be able to, come down to Riverside County and, go to an event, whatever, in person. I hate this webinar stuff. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's so impersonal, if you will. So, and then if you're not getting paid, you want to contact them and they will help you get paid. Because if you are certified as a small business, not a DVBE, but if you are a DVBE that can get certified small business, you want to get both because of the prompt payment. It says that if you turn in an invoice that is undisputed, you should get paid within 45 days. If it goes beyond 45 days, they should attach automatically a late fee. So here again, your advocate can help you on that. So where is the advocate? I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to be talking about the capability statement. Okay. And with the capability statement, you want to Google capabilities, plural statement examples. And on your capability statement, you want to make sure that you include your certification number. That number, identifies yourself in the Cal eProcure database. Okay. In the capability statement, you're going to mention relative experience, especially in public contracting. The capability statement is one page. It can be double-sided, but you want to make sure it's only one page. Make sure you have your supplier ID number and your UNSPSC parent codes and their description. And I'll give you an example here. But first, let's go to Cal eProcure. We're going to scroll down to the bottom right, find training and resources. The fifth heading says research and marketing. Second bullet says contact a small business and DVBE advocate. So when you get here, you're going to click the download the directory, and you get this giant Excel spreadsheet with about 230 or 240 names on it. Now you'll notice that two of them are highlighted in yellow, CHP and Public Utilities Commission. And they're highlighted for this reason. We have a thing called the Small Business DVBE option, which is for IT and non-IT goods and services from 5,000 and a penny up to 250,000 minus a penny, and from 5,000 and a penny up to 333,000 for public works. All the buyer has to do is go in to the database and find at least 2 small businesses or 2 disabled veterans. You need a minimum of 2 for competition. Well, 5 years ago, our director said this option was a bunch of bull. And so he said, you got people like me going out to different exhibits, doing webinars, trying to lure people like you here in attendance to get certified. So wouldn't it be logical that the buyers of these different agencies would come to you first? And thus created the first policy. We dropped the 5,000 down to 0 for IT and non-IT goods and services, and 0 up to 333,000 for public works. It's still the same. You need 2 small businesses or 2 DVBEs, and you need a minimum of 2 for competition. So with that information, you will see that CHP and the Public Utilities Commission are both first policy people. And so with that, those would be the first 2 agencies that I would contact if they did, if I could sell them, they would buy what I'm trying to sell them. Okay. If you happen to be in construction, I have made your job so much easier because column C has all the construction people. So those are the only people you have to contact if you are in the construction world. Okay. Now I've given you a list of people to contact. Now I'm going to tell you what to say. 4 items. 30-second elevator speech includes your full name, your company name, your certification number, your supplier ID, and what you do. The catch is you only have 30 seconds to do it in. So I tell people, write it down, okay? If you haven't memorized your supplier ID number yet, you will here, okay? And it would go something like this. Good morning, Tracy. My name is Wayne Gross. I'm with ABC Fence Company. I'm certified as a small business. Supplier ID number 1752943. And I build fences with wood, aluminum, or cement blocks. Can you help me? It was short, sweet, hopefully professional when she heard me. And I slowed down when I gave her my supplier ID number. And the reason is, hopefully she's pulling up my profile, okay? Every individual on that advocate list has been trained by either me or my peers in the advocates having a piece of paper and pencil beside them so that when they answer the phone, 99% of the time, the person's going to be giving them a 30-second elevator speech. Now, the next thing is the capability statement. If you go to Google and type in capabilities, plural, statement examples, you will get thousands of capability statements. Go through it, find one that's, that fits you. If you're construction, I know that you can do a sort by that. So find out which one. This is all public access. So, steal from your competitors. Okay. Now, this capability statement, and you'll notice that it is called a capabilities plural statement, because when you read their first paragraph or this, oh, wait a minute, their core capabilities say they have more than one capability. So that's my pet peeve. Most of you will have more than one capability. So call it what it is, a capabilities statement. That's one thing. You'll see it's one page, okay? On the right side, I've given my different certificates. I'm certified with DGS, and there's my supplier ID. I'm also disadvantaged business enterprise, minority. I've got all these different certifications with my supplier ID number. And I have a CMAS contract, and we'll be talking about what that's all about. But I also have that information there too. Okay. Now, on the left side, I have my UNSPSC codes and their description. Because I have different certifications, I also have my NAICS codes on the right side. So I have the codes and their description. So I can send when I'm at an event, or if I'm on the phone and I want to attach my capability statement, I've got everything there that an agency would want to know about me. So I'm going to go down to caliprocure.ca.gov. I'm going to go to Get Certified, and it has here certified firms, resources, prompt payment. And I'm going to go down here to all this different information. And there's a form here, if you need to know information, it has here prompt payment assistance and advocacy. Okay, as I said before, it is only for small businesses. So if you are a DVBE and you get a late payment, contact your advocate. But if you're also small business and DVBE, this can help you a little bit better. And so we go to Cali Procure. I'm going to go find training and resources. I go down to the bottom, and it has resources to grow your business. Leverage your state certifications for local contract opportunities. These are what we call our reciprocity partners. There are 40 of them throughout the state. It starts in the Bay Area and goes all the way down to San Diego. Okay, you'll notice on the right, it says what the accepted certifications are: small business and or DVBE. And you'll notice that on the organization, there's a line under each one. And what that does is that links you to their application page. So with BART, this is really nice because all you have to do is press the register button and you will get certified. I believe it's either LA City or LA County. I can't remember which one. The first question they ask is, are you certified with the state? And you say yes. The next question is, what is your supplier ID number? You give it to them. The next response is, congratulations, you are certified with, like I said, it's either the city or county of LA. Here's your supplier ID number. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, why do I bring that to your attention? Is because I would hope that you'd want to expand your horizons, potentially put more money in your wallet, and this is the way you do it. Now, at the end of this list are the utilities, and this is for disabled veterans only. What happens is you automatically get put into the California Public Utilities Commission, their database. And it has here, learn more. If you want to do business with any of the utilities, and there are, I believe, 29 you would have to go through each one and get registered with each one, right? And you want, this is Join Our Supplier Diversity Program, of which DVBEs are a part of. And then what happens is you, like I said, you just put in your, you go to their website and put in your DVBE supplier ID number, double check the contact information, make sure it is correct or it needs to be updated. And I was also told for you to check your federal employer ID number, your FEAN, make sure it is correct. Okay. The next thing is our California Multiple Award Schedule, our CMAS. Okay, and I mentioned that F word, federal, the GSA, General Services Administration. Now, the GSA is how the feds buy, how they procure. Their application is 90 pages and takes up to 2 years to get approved. Our version, the California Multiple Award Schedule, is 5 pages, and we're down to 45 days approval. Now, which one would you logically want to do? Obviously, the CMAS. Now, our rules and regulations say you have to have a GSA schedule, but it doesn't have to be yours. And so our people at CMAS will show you how to, quote unquote, piggyback off an established GSA schedule. They will show you where the GSA schedules are housed. It's a public library, electronic library. They will help you find, a contract that, that matches what you can do. So you go to Cali Procure, click on the Find Training and Resources, and inside state contracting. The first one is an 11-minute presentation of CMAS. It explains everything to you, okay? It tells you about the exceptions, and I want to bring that to your attention right now. The CMAS is, the exclusions are anyone in construction, okay? If you're a doctor, a nurse, an attorney, any of those fields, you can't do it, okay? What I tell people is contact them, let them say yes or no if you can get a CMAS contract. If they say no, you just say thank you for your time. If they say yes, they will help you to the nth degree. Now, the second bullet is our acquisition methods flyer. And this is what it looks like. And we have different types of what we call leverage procurements and exemptions. The state, we had this thing called COVID. We had this thing called fires. And so those are emergency situations. And so, because it's an emergency, you think we're going to go to the database first, okay? Well, hopefully they will, okay? But they're not required to because it's an emergency. They need to have it fixed yesterday. So, that's why we want to make sure that you are current in your profile, and that if an emergency happens and you're selling product, goods or services that can be used in an emergency situation, you're in there, okay? Anyway, there's the fair and reasonable. That's anything under $10,000. The buyer only has to get one quote, okay? We talked about the small business DVB option or first policy. And then we have statewide contracts. And then we have the California Multiple Award Schedule. And you notice that there's a number there. 916-375-4365. Or you can go to dgs.ca.gov and put CMAS in the search engine. Okay, now what are you going to do with CMAS? You're going to call them. You're going to say, Wayne Gross told me to give you a call. My name is, this is what I do. Do I qualify for a CMAS contract? If they say yes, they will, like I said, they'll show you where the application is and everything that you need to do to get a CMAS contract. Here again, we're looking at 45 days approval, and we're down, we only have 5 pages. So it's something to look into. And I forgot to tell you who looks at CMAS contracts. So your small business DVB certification is good with state agencies. It gets your foot in the door with reciprocity partners. CMAS contracts are good with state agencies and cities, counties, school districts, community colleges, the CSU and the UC system. So basically everyone in the state, okay? So here again, you market yourself, okay? You tell you want to do business with the city of LA. When you contact them, you give them your 30-second elevator speech. But because you're also registered as a reciprocity partner with the city of LA, you adjust your 30-second elevator speech to say, hi, my name is, okay, I'm with ABC Fence Company. I'm certified with LA supplier ID number, blah, 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 blah. I also hold a CMAS contract number, blah, 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 blah. And this is what I do. Can you help me? Okay. That CMAS contract, as well as all of your reciprocity certifications, go 3 places. Number 1, on your signature block on your email. If you have a website, you list all of your certifications. And finally, on your capability statement, okay? You want to show off, you show them your, everything that you've got. This is a new thing that we have. It's called the statewide procurement data dashboards. It talks about department spend, the UNSPSC spend, leverage procurement agreement spend, the top 10 department spend, the top 10 UNSPSC spend, and certified small business DVBE spend comparison. And the way you find these dashboards is you go to our database, which is dgs.ca.gov, and in the search engine, type in dashboards. And the first results are our statewide procurement data dashboards. And here are the 6 that I talked about. And you just click on each one of them and it'll bring up that information. A lot of good information, a lot of time has been spent in, people go, well, what does the state buy? Okay, well, you can go in under department spend, look up what DGS spends, or Caltrans or whomever. The last thing is our commercially useful function, CUF. This is for all California certified small businesses and DVBEs. That's contractors, subcontractors, and suppliers of goods and services bidding on or participating in a state contract, regardless of the procurement approach or the payment method, must perform CUF. And what is CUF? CUF performs CUF when doing all of the following: executing a distinct element of the work of the contract, performing, managing, or supervising the work, performing work that is normally for the firm's business services and functions, negotiating price, determining quality and quantity, ordering, installing, and making payment, not subcontracting a portion of the work greater than expected by industry practice. What CUF isn't is an extra participant in a transaction, contract, or project through which funds are passed in order to obtain the appearance of small business DVB participation, not being used to perform the work as stipulated in the bid, no longer used to provide goods or services listed in the initial bid. I want to give a couple examples of what CUF isn't. Okay, I'm a prime. I'm going to bid on this $10 million contract. My brother-in-law is a DVBE. And so I call him up and I say, hey, John, I've got this $10 million project and they have DVB participation. And you're still certified as a DVBE, aren't you, John? Okay. I'd like to use your supplier ID number. And you don't have to do anything. I just want to use your number because you're current, right? And I'll slip you $5,000 under the table. Hey, thanks, Wayne. Okay. Illegal as all get out. Does it happen? Unfortunately, all the time. Okay. Another thing, okay. My brother-in-law and my sister get divorced, okay. He's been doing, I hired him legitimately and he's been doing the work, but he stops because the divorce is final. Stops the work. I can't get anything done, okay, because he hasn't done his portion of the work. So I email him, I call him, I text him, I do everything. He doesn't reply to anything. I can't replace him. I have to call the administrator and say, hey, this DVBE has stopped, can't get anything done. So they have their requirements of what to do. And then they help find a substitute. I don't find a substitute. So the basic rule of thumb is whatever you say you can do, you better be able to do it. If you put something in your profile, be it a keyword or a code, you better be able to do it. It's that simple. Because if you get caught, there are monetary penalties, a minimum of 20,000, and that's per per incident. So you could have 5 or 10 incidences, and they could tell you, hey, you can't do state contracting ever, or for the next 3 years, whatever, okay? It doesn't count the court costs that you have to pay. So be honest, it's that simple. Resources. We have the small business development centers. These are for new businesses. They do consulting, planning, marketing, and access to capital. You have the procurement technical assistance centers, and that's for established businesses, and they do government contract. And you have SCORE. These are for newer businesses, and they have business mentorship. All of these, as well as myself and the SBA, are all free. Please remember that. You should never, ever have to pay for anyone's services, especially if someone says, well, I can help you complete your CMAS application or your GSA, all 90 pages, okay? There are people out there who will, who will do it, for a price, and usually it's a hefty price. So please don't get caught in that. So we have this thing, when we're doing all this, we want to hear success stories. CUSSERV at dgs.ca.gov is our website. If you're doing something, you get a contract, we want to hear about it, okay? This is the day and age of LinkedIn. And so we have https:// www.linkedin.com linkedin.com/company/DGS-OSDS/. How's that a mouthful? Okay, then you can be linked into us and know what's going on. And then we have this thing called Microsoft Bookings. And what it is, you can set up appointments with either myself or my peers. And the nice thing is you can, we have 4 different sessions. One is introducing to state contracting. Another one is Cali Procure Registration and Certification. The third one is Find Contract Opportunities. And the last one is Update Your Cali Procure Profiles. And there's the link right there. Or if you have your cell phone, you can book an appointment using the QR code. And when you get there, this is what it looks like. You check which one of these that you'd like, okay? And then you select a date and time. And the times are Monday, Wednesday, or Friday from 10 to 12 or 1 to 3. And then this is what your added details are. Please, it says phone number optional. Please put your phone number, because the first time I did this, fortunately, the person did have his phone number because the link didn't work for whatever reason. But I could, I could walk them through it. They were in front of their computer, and we got the job done. So please put your name or your phone number there.
Mr. Wayne, can you go back to the QR code for a second?
There you go. And I believe that Jennifer is going to send them a copy of this this PowerPoint anyway. So we'll be you'll be able to have all this information. So in summary, we talked about where the active current solicitations are housed. That's the CSCR. We looked at updating and improving your California profile and your notifications page. We looked at completed contracts at Skippers. We looked at your new best friends. That was your small business and DVBE advocates. We looked at your 30-second elevator speech and your capability statement. Please remember that I love getting out my red pen. So if you email your capability statement, I will tear it apart. I mean, I will give you positive corrections to it. We talked about our reciprocity partners. We talked about the California Multiple Award Schedule. We looked at the dashboards. We talked about commercially useful function, and finally, resources. Here is my information again, wayne.gross@dgs.ca.gov, and my phone number, 916-230-4417. Are there any final questions, Jennifer?
Yes, we have a few questions.
Oh, okay.
So, as a small business / registered in supplier diversity program, how would I find team to join that is interested in pursuing this type of work? Example, BART project.
With BART, okay, you would contact BART. Go to their website and put in their search engine either procurement or contracts, and you will get a list of buyers, and contact one of them and have your capability statement ready, okay? And give them a call, and if they don't answer, you have their email. Attach your capability statement and say, I left you a voice message. Here is my capability statement. Hopefully we can do some business together.
Okay. Second question. My business is capable of being a subcontractor, doing some, but not the complete project.
Right.
What assurance of confidentiality if or when a tax return is required to be submitted? Where is the electronically stored? Where is it electronically stored?
Obviously, if are you talking about your certification, or are you talking about when someone asks you for that type of information on a solicitation?
I'm waiting
I
for the
know.
answer on that.
So much. I cannot see.
To obtain, the answer is to obtain certification, a tax return is requested
okay,
for
yeah,
3.
that is our database, which is totally secure. Okay.
Okay, and also, are you indicating the buyer will refer me to a larger company?
They possibly could, or they may tell you that there's a solicitation out there and give you, whatever the ID number is on the solicitation, so you can open it up and see if you qualify, if you're interested in the solicitation, and they may say the person, let's say at BART, may say, well, normally it's these 5 companies, and give you a list of the 5 companies. They may give you phone numbers or emails. You may have to look it up yourself, on the internet.
And I believe there is a last question, although I'm not sure if this is for this or actually for the class, but are nonprofit businesses allowed to participate?
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm happy someone brought it up. That's usually not brought up in a conversation like this. To get certified as a nonprofit, you don't, you get recognized. You're not certified, you are recognized. The only rules with the recognition for a nonprofit is payment. You fall under the Prompt Payment Act. If you turn in an undisputed invoice, you should, within 45 days, you should get paid. If it's past that, you should get the late fee.
Amazing. Okay. Mr. Wayne, if you can go ahead and stop sharing.
Oh, if I have to. Thank you, everyone.
And I just have few more reminders. Again, those are great questions. We added more questions as we, keep doing all this webinar series. Thank you everyone. So just reminders, we have few more classes. If you're not registered yet, please do so. Our next class is tomorrow, actually, May 26th. And tomorrow is actually at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have it with Small Business Administration, John Ingstrom, with Business Development Program. Another class will be next month, June 22nd, with Department of General Services. And it's the 3 W's, who, what, and why. The next one will be on July 27, the third part of this series that we're on right now with Mr. Groves. Again, it is learning about state of California contracts. So again, please subscribe. We're adding more and more as time goes by. I'm gonna remind you again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Unfortunately, we don't send out the presentations anymore because we're posting it on our YouTube channels. You're able to get in there and view past workshops. You're able to do the future ones as well. We're posting everything in there. So go to YouTube channel, Ops for Vet, and once you actually press the enter, it will show you every videos that we post in there. It takes about a day or two sometimes because Mr. Albert and the team actually make it nicer after today's event. But hey, give them a couple days to kind of make it nicer, and then we'll post it. Also, if you want to advertise, again, advertise your business. Go to Ops for Vet for more information. Contact Mr. Renteria and email him, let him know that you're in this class. So at least he knows, okay? Again, thank you, Mr. Wayne, for having this class. I will see you again next time. Thank you, everyone, for having skin in the game. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Hey, Jennifer, how many people attended?
There was actually 12 or 14, and then they were in and out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, Neil.
Sponsored by The Arc, Wild Apricot, Department of General Services, and the Metro Water District.